Well, HitchBot hails from Canada, but right now it's actually trying to hail a ride to some of the quintessential American sites on this cross-country tour. Now it has two things, a bucket list and a sign, San Francisco or bust. So one of the places that HitchBot really wants to visit is the Lincoln Memorial. To do what else? Take a selfie with the Lincoln statue. HitchBot started its journey in Marblehead, Massachusetts, a suburb of Boston. But 1 week later, it hasn't made it so far. So we caught up with the co-creators of the talking robot to talk about this social experiment and how they think it's going.
This is HitchBot, a 3-foot-tall, 25-pound talking robot. Propped up on the side of the road, hitchhiking thumb raised and ready.
Please pick me up and put me in your vehicle.
That's HitchBot's hope, and the hope of its co-creators, David Smith and Fraka Zeller. But why?
Often we ask whether we can trust robots, and that's kind of a vision, of a dark future in which robots might be our overlords. And in this case, we've kind of reversed the question and say, well, if human beings are making robots to accomplish goals, would it be possible that these autonomous machines can trust humans?
1 week in, HitchBot's adventures seem to have hit a snag. It's thoroughly traveled the Boston area, from land to sea, and selfies with strangers. But San Francisco or bust might take a lot longer than imagined. When HitchBot hitchhiked across Canada last year, it only took 26 days. But 7 days into its U.S. adventure, HitchBot is right where it started, in Boston.
Well, it must be a very lovely area. I should have spent more time there.
Hey, it's, people who love robots too much, so HitchBot, it's having a pretty good time, and it's not sitting still. It's getting around to all kinds of events and, state parks, scenic locations.
Its creators anticipate it'll get a move on soon and get cracking on its bucket list.
I need your help crossing all of the items off my list. Some of the places I want to see are Times Square in New York City, Millennium Park in Illinois, Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, and the Grand Canyon in Arizona.
The welly-fitted, waterproof, pool noodle-limbed robot is active on social media, equipped with a GPS and ability to snap its own photos to share. Its creators admit it's basically made out of junk you find in your basement, but junk you've spent hundreds of hours programming to launch.
It's a little bit like, launching a Mars mission. We're sending something away from the people who can actually fix it.
A mission at the mercy of human kindness.
People from all over the country are connecting with HitchBot on its social media sites, offering trips, tours, and suggestions on where to go. So you can follow HitchBot on its adventures using Twitter, Facebook, Storify, Instagram, you name it. HitchBot is a social media expert. So Manila, I have to put you on the spot. If you saw HitchBot here in DC, would you give it a lift?
Well, you know what? Prior to your story, had I not been informed of what he was, quite honestly, I think I would have called the police and reported a suspicious package on the side of the road. And you know what? 5 minutes later, the bomb squad probably would have been there along the Beltway. And that would probably be the end of the line for HitchBot. But that's just me.
Well, he's pretty cute, though, you have to admit. I mean, he's got those pool noodle arms. This is just all part of the social experiment that these people in Canada are looking at to see, will people pick up this robot? And it's interesting the way they turned it all around. Not only can humans trust the robot to pick it up and put it in their car and take it somewhere, keep it in their house, charge it, whatever else, but can these robots trust humans? I mean, I think this is going to be an argument that we see in the decades as technology advances.
Definitely a very interesting social experiment. Thanks for filing that report. That's RT correspondent Simone Del Rosario out at the Lincoln Memorial.